मैं तो नाम है अभी पढ़ रहा हूँ, सुन रहा हूँ। मुझे एक हमारे मंत्री थे यहाँ बर्दवान पत्रावाला, उनके बारे में जानकारी है।
इतना प्रेशर मेरे ऊपर,
फिर भी
बैरिकेड गिरने वाला है।
फिर भी इस देश की एक सर्वोच्च जांच एजेंसी है ईडी, मुझे समझ भेजा है, उनको कुछ जानकारी चाहिए। मेरा कर्तव्य बनता है एज ए मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट, इस देश का नागरिक, एक जिम्मेदार पॉलिटिकल पार्टी शिवसेना का नेता होने के नाते मेरा कर्तव्य होता है मैं जाकर सामने उनके साथ कोऑपरेट करूं। मैं बहुत निर्भय और बेडर आदमी हूं, और मैं इसलिए बेडर हूं
कमांडर
कि मैंने कभी मेरी जिंदगी में गलत काम नहीं किया है।
क्या ये राजनीति से प्रेरित मानते हैं आप पूरी तरह?
अगर प्रेरित है तो उसका बाद में पता चलेगा, मैं अभी बात नहीं करूंगा। मैं लगता है कि मैं एक न्यूट्रल एजेंसी के सामने जा रहा हूं और मेरा पूरा विश्वास है। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद सर। ठीक है सर, जाता नहीं क्लास
और बात है कि पूरा पत्रवाला चाल के मामले में वो जानकारी उन्हें बिल्कुल भी नहीं है।
कभी मैंने कभी जीवन
में कोई गलत काम किया नहीं।
Thank you, bhai. Thank you.
You heard directly from Sanjay Raut making an appearance even before time at the ED office, because earlier the ED had declined Sanjay Raut to request his request to provide extra time for the appearance. But now he is saying that he is innocent, and he, being a member of parliament, it is his duty to cooperate with the investigative agencies. Today it seems, Arunil, that he is not raising any questions against the ED or any central investigative agencies. Now the situation and the circumstances have completely changed over to the first time when he was summoned and now today.
Very uncharacteristic of Sanjay Raut over here, somebody who is known for his extremely aggressive approach towards the investigative agencies, particularly the CBI, IT and the Enforcement Directorate. Here Sanjay Raut adopting a very somber approach, saying that he's going to cooperate with the investigation agencies. He did not even take an attack on the investigation agencies or the central government. So are the times changing in the state of Maharashtra? That is the main question that comes to the fore, because yesterday only Devendra Fadnavis became the deputy CM of Maharashtra, and Eknath Shinde, the close confidant of Sanjay Raut himself, as well as he was elected as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Obviously, they have to prove their numbers. That floor test will be happening on Monday. Now, coming back to Sanjay Raut and the case details that I was mentioning to you, this is the Patra Chaul land case wherein the agreement was signed 14 years back between the tenants that were staying in that Patra Chaul in Goregaon, but till now they haven't received their flats. They have not received the ownership of those flats, and MADA had given authority to a private builder to develop this property. Now the allegations are that the arrangement that took place between MADA and the private builder, allegedly some money as kickback was received by the alleged partners of Sanjay Raut, that is Praveen Raut, and Praveen Raut already has been questioned intensively by the Enforcement Directorate. The properties of Sanjay Raut have been attached by the Enforcement Directorate, his flat in Dadar as well as his again a property in Alibag. They have been attached by the Enforcement Directorate till now. This is a very, very significant development. So amidst the fast-paced, dramatic as well as thrilling political developments that are taking place in Maharashtra, who would have thought that Eknath Shinde will emerge as the CM of Maharashtra? Simultaneously, subsequently, Sanjay Raut's development wherein he has gone to the ED office is also very significant.
Absolutely. Let me go across to Bhavtosh now. Bhavtosh, now that was the political aspect that Arunil was talking about. Let's talk about the case, because Arunil also mentioned about alleged irregularities in the redevelopment of the Chaul in Mumbai's Goregaon area and financial transaction, in which way Sanjay Raut today would be questioned.
Well, in fact, Arunil had given details of this case, but what led to issuing of this summon is the fact that Enforcement Directorate has found some fresh evidence of the fact that there are some transaction movements. Now, these transaction movements pertain to Sanjay Raut, and because of that, he needs to be questioned. But more importantly, there is trouble mounting for Sanjay Raut, primarily because of there is an evidence of destruction of evidence. Now, the ED has managed to get proof that there is a case of destruction of evidence, and that's a very serious charge that Sanjay Raut will be facing once he is questioned by the agency. Now, for these two very reasons, Sanjay Raut has been questioned or will be questioned by the Enforcement Directorate as soon as he enters the office of Enforcement Directorate. On these two reasons, for these two very reasons, Enforcement Directorate will be questioning him for the transaction of fresh evidence for the transaction, financial transaction. And second, ED has managed to get proof of destruction of evidence. Apart from that, we all know that Praveen Raut was one of the directors of Guru Ashish Construction, a company that was given a project of constructing at least 625 tenants, and this project never came into existence. Praveen Raut's wife, in fact, gave an unsecured loan of 50 lakh rupees to Varsha Raut. And Varsha Raut, apart from that, also had 8 plots in Alibag. And all these properties were, in fact, seized by the Enforcement Directorate in April. Now, Sanjay Raut never challenged this before appellate tribunal, and that's what the Enforcement Directorate is saying, that you can level allegation of political witch hunt, but why did you come before the appellate tribunal? Because if you had evidence of any kind of political witch hunt, then you should have appealed this before the appellate tribunal. More importantly, the proof of destruction of evidence is something which is very serious. ED also will be confronting him with the transaction, financial transaction. And that, for that very reason,
Sanjay Raut is speaking. Let's quickly run that bite again when he made that appearance before the ED.
क्या ये राजनीति से प्रेरित मानते हैं आप पूरी तरह?
अगर प्रेरित है तो उसका बाद में पता चलेगा। मैं अभी बात नहीं करूंगा। मैं लगता है कि मैं एक न्यूट्रल एजेंसी के सामने जा रहा हूं और मेरा पूरा विश्वास है।
क्या ये राजनीति से प्रेरित मानते हैं आप पूरी तरह?
अगर प्रेरित है तो उसका बाद में पता चलेगा। मैं अभी बात नहीं करूंगा। मैं लगता है कि मैं एक न्यूट्रल एजेंसी के सामने जा रहा हूं और मेरा पूरा विश्वास है।
Point there, Arunil, talking about the political aspect of it, because today Sanjay Raut seems to be finding ED as neutral. And when the Shinde Sarkar actually was formed in Maharashtra, it was when the NCB and the Congress called it ED ki Sarkar.
Well, that is right. Very uncharacteristic of Sanjay Raut over here. The same person who every day in the Sena mouthpiece of Samna used to heavily criticize the investigation agencies, particularly the Enforcement Directorate, used to every day speak, address a media conference and speak against the investigation agencies, when he himself is going inside the ED office for the first time with respect to the alleged money laundering charges against him. The Bhautosh was giving point-to-point details about how there were clear-cut, cogent proof against the wife of Sanjay Raut that allegedly money was received from Praveen Raut's wife's bank account. And Praveen Raut is the same person who was given the authority by MADA to develop that plot in Goregaon East, that is the Patra Chaul land that was being given an authority. So destruction of evidences is also one of the serious allegations that Sanjay Raut faces over here. Now, how he answers to the Enforcement Directorate, that Bhautosh obviously will be giving out answers to it. We will also try it from our sources inside the Mumbai ED office. Now, the political significance,
as what is being said by Arunil and Bhautosh, where he has made his appearance today at the ED office before time, rather, now he seems to be calling ED as a neutral agency. When the questioning begins, and the line of questioning will be breaking those details for our viewers after a short break. Stay tuned to Times Now.